Stories from our hemisphere. It's Our Americas with Cary Harrison.
With wildfires starting again here in California, the notion of clean air, any air in fact, becomes ever more attractive. So where does much of the world's air come from? Well, we can look to the northern coast of South America, to Venezuela, in fact, among others. Spanish is its official language, and it borders Colombia and Brazil and Guyana. So here's your Fact File's interesting facts about America's 600,000 square mile air-generating southern neighbor. This multicultural and geographically diverse South American country shares its northern shoreline with the Caribbean Sea and the North Atlantic Ocean, drawing vacationers to its beauty year-round. Venezuela is blessed with magnificent diverse geography. It has Caribbean islands, it has rivers and marshlands, mountains, glaciers, highlands, grasslands, los llanos, deserts, canyons, mesas, forests, jungles. Venezuela's habitats range from the Andes Mountains to the west to the Amazon Basin rainforest to the south and the Caribbean coast to its north. Air is generated from the Amazon Basin beginning in the southern part of Venezuela. This is also where the largest lake in all of South America is located, and I've mentioned Lake Maracaibo before, one of the oldest lakes on Earth. It's some 20 to 40 million years old. And it's that world-famous Catatumbo lightning that brings spectacular natural light shows for up to half a year. Sometimes this lightning strikes the lake repeatedly for up to 10 hours during the evening. Now, Venezuela is uniquely and completely located in the tropics, where there are two types of seasonal weather, the hot, humid season and the hot, dry season. The major difference lies in the amount of rain that's received during either of those seasons. Because of this, Venezuela turns out to be one of the 17 most biodiverse countries on the planet. It has scrublands and grasslands and mangroves and rainforests, all of which are especially rich in biodiversity. Venezuela is one of the top 20 countries in the world where both animals and plants are completely native to that country. Australia might be another example of unique plants and animals, but that's on the opposite side of the world. In fact, 50% of the amphibians and 23% of the reptiles on all of Earth are unique to Venezuela. And that includes 38% of all plant species and almost half of all birds, again, on the entire planet. And those cloud forests I mentioned, well, Venezuela's cloud forests are home to over 25,000 species of orchids, unlike my local grocery store around the corner, which is home to about one species of orchid when I'm lucky. Speaking of flora, almost 4,000 species of fungi have been discovered and recorded from Venezuela, and Venezuelan animal life includes three-toed and two-toed sloths, plus Amazon river dolphins, and even crocodiles, which grow up to 22 feet. Yeah, a 22-foot crocodile, plus giant anteaters and jaguars and capybaras. More than half of all the mammal and bird species of Venezuela are found in the Amazon forests. The country has 43 national parks, and up to 33% of its forested land is protected. Wow, that's a full third. Forested land protected. We could be grateful here because much of the world's oxygen comes from that very protected region. Speaking of conservation, they maintain a 32,000 square mile reserve for just the Yanomami indigenous tribes that the government leaves off limits to miners, off limits to farmers, and gringo opportunists, though visitors are welcome. I mentioned before putting together a nature tour, and the more I learn about this biodiversity, the more compelling such a tour becomes. For Our Americas, I'm Cary Harrison.
Our Americas with Cary Harrison.